All right. Welcome to the live stream. This is kind of a test stream that for tonight, and really just kind of getting myself in the habit of really doing more live streams more often. And this could be a simple video that I could have recorded and just posted, but right now I'm planning on just uploading this and running with the live stream and letting it fly. I'm testing out the dual stream feature, which is kind of crazy. It shows both the regular and the narrow, which is kind of cool. I'm kind of jazzed about that and excited to see how that looks online. Um, it's pretty crazy. So yeah, 2026 is just around the corner. If in fact some of you might be watching this at the beginning of 2026, and you could be in two camps. One, you're looking at this year as something to maybe a fresh start something new, finally get some goals and some objectives done, and really just make 2026 the best year ever. And you're coming into the new year with all the hopes and aspirations that a lot of people do with a new year. And the other camp is, you know, I've been here a couple of times. In fact, I think every year when it comes to setting goals and resolutions and all these other things, sometimes I fall into this camp more often than not. And it's that camp of like, do I really need to set another goal? When you really need to set another resolution that I'm going to give up and fail on, um, or what's the point? Why do I even bother? With these type of things. So, I hope with this video that I can help address for both camps, kind of help you in this process of moving forward. I mean, um, I know for myself, I kind of come in a little lackluster, a little on the down energy, not wanting to set big goals, and as a result, by the time I really get myself going, I usually have started behind the eight ball, so to speak, and I feel like I'm catching up when other people are way ahead, and so it sounds a little cliche, but it's one of those things that you kind of have to run with the pack, and if you want to really achieve something. Now I know I'm kind of like the person sometimes that has the what is it? The mental cognitive gosh, what is it? The cognitive deviance, like if everybody's running against the running to one thing, there are times where I question that and I go, why is everybody going in this direction? And am I going there just because everybody else is going there? I want to know why I need to go in this direction with everybody else. You know what I mean? So I question something, a pack mentality sometimes. And, um, with that, that kind of has served me well in many cases. And other times it's like, all right, well, everybody jumped on the bandwagon there and I might have missed that opportunity. But then now I'm kind of creating my own pathway and paving my own road. And it's unique, it's different than everybody else's. And uh so the thing that I'm coming at you with today is, you know, let's look at 2026 as an opportunity to create something and to do something and to control something that we can actually control. Um, there's oftentimes we look at all the whole world as a whole and we say, well, I can't do anything about that, and so I'm not going to do anything. And I would strongly encourage you to, if that's your worldview or if that's what's keeping you from taking action in 2026, take a moment and look at what's influencing your decision in that area. If there's something that you can change, if anything, it's yourself, it's your habits, it's what you're doing um, on a regular basis, day in, day out. Those are the types of things that you have control over, and that's some of the things that I'm going to be working on. I got two quotes here from Gary Vaynerchuk, and these are kind of really powerful quotes that for me, I'm like, okay, I've come back to them over the years and go, okay, do I really want to do that? So the first one is to look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, what do I want to do every day for the rest of my life? And if that excites you, if money was not an option, he says, then do that. He says, if you look at yourself in the mirror and say, what do I want to do every day for the rest of my life? Then he says, just do that. Now, obviously, that's easier said than done. There might be situations where you're in a setup where you can't do what you want to do every single day for the rest of your life. Maybe there's bills or something that you have to pay, and doing what you want to do every single day for the rest of your life just doesn't pay the bills. Um, and I would just say, you can start working towards that, filling the gaps of your time with those things that you want to do, and then start working towards the possibility of making something that you want to do every single day for the rest of your life that makes you happy. Uh, have that, create a path for that to make it something that's tangible. Now, um, the other thing that I've found, and I'm going to come back to that quote, is uh, sometimes I start something and I don't realize all that's entailed in what I'm starting or getting involved in. And then I realize, well, I don't even know if this is something that I really want to do. It comes down to his second quote that I have here. It's easy to dream about it, but it's much harder to execute. And he says, work. Now, what I've discovered is we get in this cycle of dreaming and getting the uninformed optimism of doing a thing. Maybe it's running your own bakery, and you're like, man, I love making cookies. And in the process of making cookies, you just find so much joy in it, and you find joy in uh, seeing people eat those cookies, and you see their face light up, and that is what brings you joy. For me, that does work, and that does happen. I do make cookies. I have another channel called Man Cave Cookies, and I started on that. I started working on that, and I got to a point where I was starting to get burned out, and I was like, man, I haven't even published hardly any videos, and I'm already getting burned out because I was making cookies, and then I had to make the videos, and I was missing out on the people actually eating the cookies and enjoying them. And I didn't have a clear vision on my direction and all this other stuff. So there were parts of that dream that I thought were great and grandiose. And then kind of coming through the part of actually doing the execution, I didn't know if, and I still don't know if that's the type of work that I want to do every day, but I had to try it and I had to give it a go and give it a shot. And I'm doing that right now with my agency of creating websites and working with AI and having AI help businesses grow. And I'm learning. I'm excited. I'm getting things started, and then I'm starting to get in the process of trying to meet with new customers and businesses, and the then comes the part of delivering for them in exchange for the services. And so the question then comes into place sometimes is like, okay, is this the work that you really love to do? Is it something that is great, or is it something that just pays the bills? And you know, sometimes when you look at yourself in the mirror and you ask yourself what I want to do for the every day of my life, you might be in a situation where you just don't know, and that's okay. I would say if you're in a situation like that where you just don't know uh, what you want to do or what you love to do every day, or if you're kind of lost, maybe you should just try starting a few things or keep trying things. The process that we kind of get into is we overanalyze with our brain and we don't take action and execute on it. So as a result, we never get through the whole process of testing something out, doing the work, getting a payout on the work that we did, and then we just go through it mentally. But if we went through the whole process physically and went through it a couple of times and got that into like a pattern and a cycle, we could get to a stage where we go, okay, I actually know how to do this, and I'm learning, and I'm getting better, getting better, getting better, and then all of a sudden it's like I've I've done this so many times. At first, I kind of fell in love with it. Then I got a little scared, but then I kept working, and then I really fell in love with it. And now I could see myself doing this every day for the rest of my life. See, taking action through those steps and even going through that initial fear of getting started is what gets us to those stages where we can say, okay, yeah, I could do this for the rest of my life and love it. Oftentimes we overanalyze, we get a little too uh, in our head, we criticize and critique everything, and then we let fear come in, and it just cripples our entire uh, process or momentum of getting rolling. So I would say if you have a dream, if you're excited about it, start working at it and start getting take putting some action to that dream. You can plan, you can do some research, and you can really start getting rolling on that. But don't let the research and the planning and everything, uh, getting ready to get ready to start. Don't let that stop you from starting, because what happens is we can often get into this cycle of really just rocking and rolling on getting started, getting everything organized, getting everything in play, getting all the ducks in a row, and then we haven't even made a sale, or we haven't even sold a product, or haven't even, you know, got any income from what we're doing, and then all of a sudden we've done so much prep work that we kind of gave up before we even got out there. So sometimes it's best to uh, jump in feet first, and then try to once you do that, then try to reverse engineer it, almost trial by fire, where you are forced to succeed because you've delivered on you need to deliver on the promise that you delivered to someone else, right? So for 2026, my hope is that you would pursue your dreams, that you would take action on your dreams, and then start executing on your dreams so that you can begin to start doing the work that you want to do every day for the rest of your life. I hope that helps you. I wanted to just take a quick few minutes to do this quick live stream. This was kind of a test for me, and I want to continue doing live streams like this. And I'm going to work on consistency so that you know when I'm going to be here, and we can then have an interaction on these live streams as we go forward. My name is Dan. I'm the Freedom Provider. I do unboxing and product reviews, user generated content, and also website work. And I have a Man Cave Cookies channel and an amazing newsletter. I got a lot of irons in the fire, and I've all of these different things. I started by testing and trying them out. So I thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here this long. If you've made it to the end of the video, I highly recommend you please consider subscribing, hit the like button, and leave a comment. What's your plans for 2026? My plan is to grow my website agency, and then also grow my YouTube channels to support that and work together. So I'm going to get more detailed as we get closer into 2026, and we're going to work on creating a goal workshop where we have a big, hairy, audacious goal, and we kind of work our way backwards from that. And then we're going to work on setting up checkpoints and all this other cool stuff so that we can kind of not lose sight of the goal. And that's the biggest thing that I've had a problem with over the past couple years, was setting a big, huge goal, and then I lost sight of it as the months started to trickle away. You know, as we get into the new year, family events and all these other things start popping up. Next thing you know, you're like, what was I even working on? and why was I working on it? And you kind of lose momentum. So we don't want that. We want to have some big, hairy, audacious goals for 2026. I want to help you achieve those if I can. And I want to bring you on this journey of what I'm doing with agency work, helping people utilize AI to help their businesses, as opposed to it just being something that replaces people's jobs. I'm trying to leverage it the other way. So, with that, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. Consider subscribing, hit the like button, and let me know what's your plans for 2026. And did any of this advice and my rambling on in this video help you out? Thanks so much for watching. Talk to you on the next video.